title match and a last man standing match is a whole different story.
The wrestling world is reeling from the heartbreaking news of Paul Heyman's sudden passing after a reported heart attack. Known as one of the greatest creative minds and most captivating personalities in sports entertainment, Heyman's loss has left fans, friends, and colleagues in deep mourning. His sharp wit, unmatched storytelling, and unwavering dedication made him a pillar of the industry for decades. From ECW's revolutionary rise to guiding modern superstars on the grandest stage, Heyman shaped wrestling like few others ever could. As tributes pour in, his legacy as the wise man will live on forever. A shocking loss for the wrestling world. The wrestling community was left in disbelief as news spread of the sudden passing of Paul Heyman, one of the most brilliant minds in the history of sports entertainment. Known as the Advocate, the Wise Man, and a creative genius who shaped entire eras of wrestling, Heyman's death following a reported heart attack stunned both fans and colleagues alike. The man who had guided countless careers and masterminded unforgettable storylines was gone, leaving a void that cannot easily be filled. For decades, Heyman had been the heartbeat of creative strategy in professional wrestling, and his absence now echoes across arenas and locker rooms worldwide. Triple H's emotional tribute. Among the first to respond publicly was Paul Triple H Levesque, WWE's chief content officer and longtime colleague of Heyman. Speaking with visible emotion, Triple H described Heyman as not just a partner in business, but as a brother in life, someone whose influence extended beyond the ring into personal mentorship and deep friendship. His words carried the weight of years spent side by side, navigating both triumphs and crises in the wrestling industry. Triple H's voice cracked as he recalled Heyman's passion for elevating talent, his sharp mind for innovation, and his relentless belief in storytelling. It was more than a eulogy, it was a raw moment of grief from a man who had truly lost family. The legacy of a creative visionary. Paul Heyman's career was unlike any other in wrestling history. From his revolutionary work in ECW, where he gave rise to a generation of hardcore legends, to his unforgettable runs alongside Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, Heyman consistently proved that he was far ahead of his time. He had a unique ability to blend reality with fiction, to craft promos that blurred the line between performance and truth, and to present talent in ways that made fans believe in them. He didn't just manage wrestlers, he transformed them into icons. The wrestling world owes much of its modern storytelling evolution to Heyman's relentless creativity, and his legacy will forever live on in the industry's DNA. The bond with Roman Reigns and the bloodline. In recent years, Heyman became synonymous with the tribal chief Roman Reigns and the bloodline storyline, one of WWE's most compelling sagas. His presence added gravitas to Reigns' dominance, serving as the voice and strategist of a dynasty that captivated audiences. Fans often noted that Heyman's subtle expressions, his carefully chosen words, and his unwavering loyalty to Roman elevated the entire narrative. With his passing, the bloodline story now carries an even deeper poignancy, as the very man who helped guide its direction is no longer here. Roman himself has yet to issue a full statement, but insiders note that he is devastated by the loss of his on-screen advocate and real-life friend. Colleagues remember the wise man across the wrestling world, tributes poured in from legends and current stars alike. Brock Lesnar, famously private and rarely emotional, reportedly reached out quietly to Heyman's family. CM Punk shared heartfelt memories of how Heyman believed in him when others doubted, giving him the chance to hold center stage. The Usos and Solo Sikoa acknowledged the guidance Heyman provided them as they navigated their rise in WWE's biggest storyline. Even outside WWE, AEW stars and ECW alumni took to social media to honor the man who gave so many of them their first real break. The universal theme was clear. Paul Heyman didn't just shape characters, he shaped people. Fans around the world mourn. The fan reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Social media timelines filled with clips of Heyman's most powerful promos, with thousands of people sharing how his words inspired them or drew them deeper into wrestling. Hashtags like Duryea Thank You Heyman and Wise Man Forever trended worldwide as generations of fans paid their respects. In arenas, impromptu chants of ECW broke out during live events, honoring the brand Heyman built from scratch. For many fans, Heyman wasn't just a manager or promoter, he was the very reason they fell in love with wrestling storytelling. His gift for captivating audiences lives on through those memories. The human side of Paul Heyman. Behind the fiery promos and intimidating presence, Paul Heyman was known to close friends as deeply caring and fiercely loyal. Wrestlers often recalled how he would check in on them during difficult times, offering encouragement, advice, or simply an ear to listen. His sharp wit and sense of humor made him beloved backstage, while his commitment to protecting talent earned him lifelong respect. Triple H described him as the man who always had time, even when he didn't have any to give, a testament to Heyman's selflessness beneath a larger-than-life persona. Triple H and WWE's next steps. In his emotional address, Triple H promised that WWE would honor Heyman's memory in the most fitting way possible. Plans for a tribute show are reportedly underway, with segments dedicated to highlighting his career, achievements, and influence on the business. Wrestlers are expected to share their personal stories, giving fans a more intimate glimpse into the man behind the microphone. Triple H emphasized that Heyman's legacy was not just in championships or ratings, but in the countless lives he touched, the careers he elevated, and the memories he created for fans worldwide. A legacy that transcends wrestling. What makes Heyman's passing even more profound is that his impact stretched far beyond the squared circle. His ability to inspire, his genius for storytelling, and his tireless dedication to wrestling's growth left marks on entertainment as a whole. Filmmakers, writers, and performers outside the wrestling world often cited him as an influence, proof that his creative brilliance was universal. Heyman was more than a manager. He was a cultural architect, a figure whose work will continue to be studied and admired for decades to come. Conclusion: the end of an era, the beginning of immortality. As tears flowed and tributes poured in, one truth became undeniable. Paul Heyman may be gone, but his influence will never die. Triple H's grief, the locker room sorrow, and the fans' collective mourning reflect just how deeply Heyman mattered to this industry. He gave his life to wrestling, and in return, wrestling will carry his legacy forward forever. From ECW's gritty beginnings to WWE's grandest stages, Heyman defined eras, built stars, and taught everyone that words could be just as powerful as action. In the silence left behind by his passing, the echoes of his voice remain, reminding us of the wise man who forever changed the game.